KREM 2 News begins now.
It's been a busy week for news across the Inland Northwest. Let's get you caught up with the KREM 2 News Week in Review. I'm Tim Pham. Thanks for joining us here on KREM 2 Plus. Here now is a look at some of the biggest stories from this past week.
November 13th, 2022, a devastating day for the tight-knit college town of Moscow.
We begin with breaking news out of North Idaho. Students at the University of Idaho were asked to shelter in place earlier today.
Police found 4 University of Idaho students stabbed to death in an off-campus home. The next day, they identified Xana Kernodle, Ethan Chapin, Kaylee Gonzalez, and Madison Mogan as the victims.
I believe this was an isolated, targeted attack on our victims.
Many students went home, finishing the semester online.
It's safe and no suspect. I'm just confused about what's going on.
Police asked for help looking for the driver of a white Hyundai Elantra, saying it was near the home around the time of the murders. They later linked an Elantra with Pennsylvania plates to their suspect, Brian Koberger. The WSU criminology grad student lived in Pullman, Washington, less than 10 miles away from Moscow. A month after the murders, Koberger and his dad drove the car across country to his Pennsylvania family home. On their drive, police stopped the vehicle twice in Indiana.
Pulled you over for tailgating. Is this your car? Okay.
Police say they later collected DNA from his family's trash in Pennsylvania, providing them the information they needed to link Koberger to DNA found on the knife sheath from the murder scene. And on December 30th, state police arrested him. He was extradited to Latah County for his first court appearance days later. At the same time, police released their probable cause affidavit, revealing major details in the investigation, including a Reddit post in which they say Koberger asked how people commit crimes. Search warrants also detail what investigators took from Koberger's Pullman apartment and storage unit.
Police Department search warrant! Come to the door!
After a grand jury indicted him in May 2023, a judge entered a not guilty plea on his behalf.
Your Honor, we will be standing silent.
Meantime, the university decided to tear down the home on King Road. Koberger's attorneys began arguing they wouldn't be able to find a fair and impartial jury in Latah County.
Being told that I am tainting the jury pool. I'm angry.
Please go ahead and be as angry as you like as you continue your work for the defense in this case.
An Idaho Supreme Court judge moved the trial to Ada County this fall. Around the same time, law enforcement took Koberger to the county jail. His trial is scheduled for August 2025. It's expected to last 3 months. As Koberger awaits his fate, Moscow continues to heal. Students wrapped up construction on the Vandal Healing Garden this summer, a space dedicated to remembering Xana, Ethan, Kaylee, and Madison.
The one thing I think it's really done is solidify what it means to be a member of the Vandal family. We are there for one another. We care for one another. We support one another.
Families of the victims also continue sharing memories of their loved ones.
When this is all said and done, if you remember these 4 kids, that's the end goal that we're all working towards.
We were a great family before, and we have to go on and continue to be that.
It's been 2 years since 4 University of Idaho students were killed. A community garden here at the university's campus is helping shine a light to their memory with a student-organized candlelight vigil.
The weather isn't ideal, but that didn't stop the support.
Very emotional, sadness, heartache. I mean, what else can you say?
Wendy Van Hooser and Linda Swanson sang what many are feeling after 2 years with the lives of 4 U of I students lost. The Vandal Healing Garden was designed in memory of the 4 students. Students felt it was the appropriate space to gather together on the same date they were killed. Hundreds of students attended, each lighting candles and having a moment of silence for Ethan Chapin, Xana Kernodle, Madison Mogan, and Kaylee Gonzalez.
We wanted to create an interactive experience that allowed all the visitors and users to sort of actually engage.
Aaron Migalski helped design the space, wanting to bring something new to the campus as a venue and resource.
There was kind of a lack of a place on campus for people to go and a resource for them to kind of deal with that grief. And we saw the opportunity to provide that resource for people and for the Vandal family.
A Vandal family 2 years after the tragic loss coming together, each shining their own light so the lives of the students murdered will not be forgotten.
I just know that it's going to benefit people and really bring a light to people's lives for years after I'm done with my education.
Looking at what the garden brings for those who need it.
Staff and faculty tell me while they're still heartbroken by the circumstance, they're happy to be doing something to honor the memory of the students' lives lost. In Moscow, Connor McAvoy, KREM 2 News.
Gross negligence and failure to act, two statements found repeatedly in this newly filed lawsuit against the Meade School District. 4 families of black students saying their kids were targeted by fellow teammates because of their race and suffering lifelong consequences because they claimed the district failed in its duty to protect them.
Yeah, the right thing to do when you get a report of sexual assault at a school-sponsored event is to inform the parents. The worst thing that Meade can do is bury the events, not investigate, even though they're getting explicit detail and video by email to their coaches, leads to a pervasive culture where this can happen again, and indeed, that's exactly what happened.
It all stems from this incident recorded on cell phone video from football summer training camp in June of 2023. According to court documents, a black student pinned down, legs violently pried apart, and subjected to an assault with a battery-powered massage gun. The claim continues, saying it happened to multiple students and that over the coming months, several black students endured intimidation and routine racial slurs, including the N-word, being called monkeys that should be leashed, and snitches. The lawsuit says multiple concerned parents reported to the Meade High School head football coach what was happening, but still, documents state the situation worsened. One player reportedly said one of the coaches knew about the assault but ignored their mandatory reporting duties. Instead, the student claims the coach told them they'd gone soft and that back in his day, they used a stick. Over and over, the documents claim Meade coaches and district leaders made no attempts to ensure the safety of the victims.
Our clients, they trusted the school district. They're deeply involved in the community. And to find out that they were betrayed in this manner, that the school district didn't even inform them what was going on, is incredibly serious. And it should be a concern to everyone in the community.
Also, according to documents, the Meade High School principal wrote in her investigation notes the incident was being downplayed because the victims were boys, writing, "If this had been a girl, we'd call it gang rape."
Gang rape. Is that very telling?
Clearly, within the district's internal documents, they were aware of how serious the conduct was, that they needed to investigate, that publicly they could cast this as horseplay and just boys being boys, when their own internal documents indicate exactly the seriousness of the offenses they were seeing on video.
This isn't how the school district should react. This isn't how the people that are entrusted with our kids should react. This isn't, they're not even following their own policies.
It wasn't until 8 months after the incident that district officials notified parents that their kids had potentially been assaulted. KREM 2 did reach out to the Meade district today for comment, but did not hear back.
I'm here at Sunset Elementary School, where Cheney Public Schools says it's currently at 121% capacity. That's why the district is hoping that its $72 million bond will pass and give them the opportunity to build another elementary school here in Airway Heights.
Being able to staff our building for this many kids, it's a challenge.
Anticipation is growing the closer we get to finding out the fate of the Cheney Public Schools' $72 million bond.
I just hope that we continue to prepare students for their future.
Superintendent of Cheney Public Schools Ben Fernie says while this isn't the first time the bond has been voted on by the community, he's proud of the work that was put in to help make sure everyone is on the same page for the district's future goals.
It was an opportunity for us to learn and really go to our community and ask what is it that we need to do, what can we do differently?
On top of building a new elementary school to help relieve overcrowding issues throughout the district, the bond will also help fund future projects like upgrades to current schools and to buy land for future buildings as the community grows. If passed, the bond will cost taxpayers 45 cents per $1,000 of assessed property value.
It's a lot for students to be so packed in a school.
While overcrowding for students is a big reason why administrators hope for the bond to pass, Sarah McKinnon, the principal of Sunset Elementary, says the bond will also help give staff the space they need compared to what the school is able to provide at this time.
We looked into some custodial spaces and thought, could we use this as an office space?
As a reminder, nothing is set in stone until those votes are certified on November 26th. In Airway Heights, Christian Garza, KREM 2 News.
Yeah, we are at that usual time of year when food pantries across our region are in desperate need. And the same is true here at Spokane. The only thing that's different is what they need. Behind this locked garage at Spokane, Dory Peck will find a feast.
Yes, it is. This is where we keep all of our pet food for the food bank.
Though depending on the day, it may also hold famine.
This is pretty average. Sometimes there's nothing in here at all.
The only constant this year, the need.
We've given away 71,000 pounds of food this year. So last year for the entire year, we did 60,000 pounds.
Spokane has seen lines out the door of people and their pets, desperate for these bags and boxes of kibbles and treats.
The need is nonstop. We see 30 to 40 people a day that need help, and so they can't make ends meet, is what it is.
Peck says inflation has hit families hard, forcing some to make tough choices. Choices people like Anthony Horn see play out every day.
Yeah, it's like either feed yourself or feed your animal, you know, and a lot of people will put their own needs aside for the animals.
That's why this revived peer support counselor is at Spokane with Scott and Paz.
Being homeless, you suffer from a handful of things that all you have is that companion.
Paz needs shots to be able to live in a shelter alongside his person. Scott is deaf and communicates by text, but told me how important that is.
He says that he loves him, and this dog absolutely loves people, which I'd have to say that I agree.
Keeping pets with their people, no matter their circumstances. It's why your donations of dog or cat food and litter are so welcome and necessary.
Here anytime they want to, and if we're not open, please leave it. Someone's around, we'll take it inside.
Shannon Mowdy, KREM 2 News.
KREM 2 will be talking about Stock the Shelves all season long. It's an effort to get pet food and supplies to Spokane to use at the shelter and the food bank. You can take bags and cans of both dog and cat food to the shelter really all season long. They could use the supplies, cat litter as well. And then coming up on December 12th, our friends at PetSmart in Spokane will take donations all day long.
KREM Cares is proud to host Tom's Turkey Drive for 25 years.
It's been 25 years of community,
connection,
and compassion.
Tom's Turkey Drive is about feeding our families
and connecting us as a community.
It's not just about meals, but countless memories made at a Thanksgiving table.
Since 2000, KREM Cares Tom's Turkey Drive provided turkeys and other ingredients for a Thanksgiving meal to well over 209,000 families.
That's nearly 1 million servings of Thanksgiving dinner provided by all of you.
It's the community working together that makes Tom's Turkey Drive so special.
The thousands of hours of volunteer service, the money raised by groups and families, both big and small.
The businesses that stepped up when things were tough, and the families that gave even when it wasn't easy.
For 25 years, you have supported Tom's Turkey Drive. 25 years, you've been able to feed families in need, folks that you don't even know. And it's just such a beautiful thing. We say thank you. And again, we need your help. A couple more days left for you to head on down to Rosar's, pick up a bag for only $25, feed a family in need.
So on behalf of the KREM 2 team and all of our partners, we say thank you.
Thank you for supporting your neighbors.
Thank you for giving your time. Thank you for donating your money.
And thank you for sharing your love with us.
Tom's Turkey Drive.
It's what brings us to the table.
From all of us at KREM 2, we say thank you.
Welcome back to the KREM 2 News Weekend Review. I'm Tim Pham. Let's get back now to some of the biggest news stories from the Inland Northwest this past week.
It has been a great day here at Itron in Liberty Lake, one of the big supporters of Tom's Turkey Drive, and this is the annual event where the executives serve all the gang here a Thanksgiving dinner, which is so fabulous, and of course we raise lots of money for Tom's Turkey Drive. Look, we've got people giving right now. Follow me over here, David. Oh, look at my Itron friends right here. You guys are donating? I love this. Thank you very much. You know that for every $25 donation, you guys are feeding a family in need. And I see some familiar faces here. I think I've seen you here before, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. I come every year, and I donate every year.
I love this, man. And you guys all do that. I just want to say thanks very much for everything you guys do. Thank you to Itron for being so gosh darn great. And how was the meal this year?
It was wonderful. So good.
We all enjoyed it, right?
Yes, it was real good.
Now, have you, in the course of time, ever had a family member or a neighbor or heard of a friend, somebody at church or something that was kind of struggling around Thanksgiving?
Oh, yes.
So you've heard that?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
So this is a good thing that you do?
It is, yes, everything.
Well, I love you, and I say thank you very much. And I love that the executives are serving you. It's absolutely great. Callie, come on in here. This is Callie with Itron. So, Callie, in a couple of seconds here, why does Itron want to be part of Tom's Turkey Drive?
Well, first and foremost, it's because we love Tom Sherry.
Okay.
But it's our favorite community event of the year. We host our Thanksgiving meal, and we collect funds and donations to support Tom's Turkey Drive and feed hungry families in the community. It's also our favorite volunteer event of the year. So thank you for letting us be a part
40 volunteers this year are doing it. All right, sending it back to you.
Can you say, welcome to the ranch? Can you say, welcome to the ranch? That's pretty good. I'm Katie Merwick, the Executive Director of Second Chance Ranch. Horses are a lot like humans. They're happy, they're sad, they get jealous, they're playful, they're curious. And so that's what makes it so easy for them to be a metaphor for people.
Hi, my name is Candace Kozanov, and I am a licensed mental health counselor. Equine assisted therapy is just pairing traditional mental health counseling techniques with horse activities to benefit people's mental health and well-being. I'm hoping to work on developing programs for military and veterans here that can help them to learn relationship skills, learn skills to manage stress, and just self-care and wellness skills in general. I think that we can all learn more about how to care for ourselves and how to be our best self. And I think horses can teach us a lot about that.
Colton Matheson. I already went through a previous veterans program that helped me a lot, just learning about horses. Before that, I'd only been on like trail rides where you just kind of sit on top of them. So I learned a ton about their behavior, and it teaches you a lot about yourself just because you build such a good connection with them.
Hey, Braco. For military, I know that they often have a feeling of loss. When they're deployed, it's, that environment's like a family. They eat together, live together, work together. They learn to communicate even non-verbally. And so when they leave that and come back, the integration process can be really difficult, depressing, lonely, and the horses seem to reach them at a deeper level where they can, just being around them or engaging in some of the activities really helps with things like anger management and depression. It's like a moment where they can get away from the problems, and we just bring more smiles and more laughter. They kind of takes them to a different place. And it also can really be a confidence builder.
They're a comforting presence. I've seen people that I've never met before see a horse and look at it and just start to cry and start to share things that they've never ever talked about. So it's truly an amazing thing to witness.
There's always work to do on ourselves, and horses can play a part at every single level.
It certainly made my life better, helped me with a lot of my anger issues when I first got out, and I'm happy every day now. And I would love to share that with the rest of the community because there's not enough of it.
Well, after Velocity's win against Ford Madison FC in the semifinal game, the team cannot wait for the next round.
The team to beat now is #1 Union Omaha, who defeated Greenville Triumph to get to the finals. I spoke to the team's leadership, who told me about what they can expect from their fierce opponent.
Union Omaha is a great club. They're very experienced. They're the returning champs from last season. They play a very aggressive style of soccer at their home stadium, which is a little bit smaller pitch than we're used to playing on. They've got an advantage there, to be honest.
Team co-owner Ryan Harnato said the team played and beat Union Omaha earlier this season, but the players are not resting on their laurels. He says taking the win would be icing on the cake for an already successful season.
So to bring home a championship in an inaugural season is such an absurd thing to think that you could do.
And he says they could not do it without the support and the fans of the Lilac City.
We love shedding light on Spokane as a city and a soccer destination.
Now they are one game away from being USL League One champions.
The final game is Sunday, November 17th at 12 p.m. Pacific time. You can watch it on KSKN 22, and the team will also host a watch party at Flatstick Pub, in Spokane. Doors open at 10:30 a.m. and the team says they expect about 250 people to be there. In the studio, Regan Gallo, KREM 2 News.
Well, first and foremost, I got to give you a let's go Spo because it is Championship Sunday coming up and we're getting ready for it. We're getting excited. I've got Riley Harnato here with the Velocity. Riley, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. I am excited. Busy week, lots to do, lots to prep for, but what a reward at the end to just go to the championship game. I mean, it's such a blessing.
Well, I've talked to Riley about this already. I interviewed her before the season kicked off, and of course you're all things media, right? And it's come full circle. We get to talk about the Championship Sunday here in the team store. How exciting is this?
It's so exciting. I mean, to think back where we were 8 months ago and the excitement and anticipation and nerves that we had to just go into an inaugural season, and to now say we're approaching the close, headed into the championship. It's a beautiful story. It's so exciting.
It's historic. This is historical.
It is.
You also said you got a really good, cool fact for us, right?
Oh yeah, I believe we're the first expansion team and lowest seed to make it to the final. So even just making it to the final match is breaking records. You know, the teams that we've beat in the past couple weeks, broken records. Our Velocity team is really, really pulling through right now, and we're so proud.
All right, and tell the fans, they got to come down to the team store, right? Get some gear, get some swag ahead of the Championship Sunday, right?
So grab some swag. Team store is open 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. every day this week except for Sunday. Sunday it will be closed because we're having a watch party at Flatstick. Brandon will be there.
I'm going to be there.
I'll be in Omaha watching the guys, cheering them on. But get your merch before the watch party and then head over to Flatstick.
And I'll also be at Flatstick. Of course, we talked about that, but I might be able to sell you a kit or two. Riley, you saw me. I almost got a sale this morning.
Counter. He's hopping behind the counter. He might be our new our merch sales guy. So we might hire him.
Thank you, Riley. Keep that in mind, though. All right, I may hit you up. And let's go Spo.
Let's go Spo.
All right, have a good one, and we'll toss it back to you. Thank you for joining us here on KREM 2 Plus. For the KREM 2 News Weekend Review, remember, you can always watch our latest newscast and weather forecast right here on KREM 2 Plus. Just click on the video in the bottom navigation menu. I'm Tim Pham. Thanks for watching.
KREM Cares is proud to host Tom's Turkey Drive for 25 years.
It's been 25 years of community, connection,
and compassion.
Tom's Turkey Drive is about feeding our families
and connecting us as a community.
It's not just about meals, but countless memories made at a Thanksgiving table.
Since 2000, KREM Cares Tom's Turkey Drive provided turkeys and other ingredients for a Thanksgiving meal to well over 209,000 families.
That's nearly 1 million servings of Thanksgiving dinner provided by all of you.
It's the community working together that makes Tom's Turkey Drive so special.
The thousands of hours of volunteer service, the money raised by groups and families, both big and small.
The businesses that stepped up when things were tough and the families that gave even when it wasn't easy.
For 25 years, you have supported Tom's Turkey Drive. 25 years, you've been able to feed families in need, folks that you don't even know. And it's just such a beautiful thing. We say thank you. And again, we need your help. A couple more days left for you to head on down to Rosar's, pick up a bag for only $25, feed a family in need.
So on behalf of the KREM 2 team and all of our partners, we say thank you.
Thank you for supporting your neighbors.
Thank you for giving your time.
Thank you for donating your money.
And thank you for sharing your love with us.
Tom's Turkey Drive.
It's what brings us to the table.
From all of us at KREM 2, we say thank you.